Hi everybody, this is a video showing you how to take through Brother Canvas Workspace the SVGs to make these vases. A customer bought these and couldn't work out how they would go through, and I don't know why I haven't had any more feedback off them than that, but they felt that they couldn't be converted, but of course they can. The issue with these two is that they've been designed for Cricut Design Space, and so they're actually bigger than a mat. So when you bring it into Brother Canvas Workspace, they get shrunk down to fit the mat that you've got open. But there is a super easy way to fix that, and I'm going to show you that now. So I've got as I say, I don't have a scan and cut machine, but I do have the downloaded version of Canvas Workspace, just so I can make sure anytime that the SVGs do work, and I can do videos like this to show people how to do it. Right, so I just think one thing I might need to do is have open, yeah, the SVG of instructions that you get with this file. Yeah. I've just changed this SVG actually because previously I didn't have this size information in the SVG. Everything else is pretty much the same, but I didn't have this size information, which is a new thing that I've been including in my more recent files, specifically because a lot of different people with different machines are buying my SVGs now, so they need this information sometimes. So it's there now, so we'll just go back to Canvas Workspace. Right. So click on SVG. You get two SVGs in this bundle, and these vases have the same base and the same neck, but vase number 1 is shorter and vase number 2 is taller. So we'll just bring vase number 1 in for now. And as you can see, you immediately get this message warning: the imported SVG was resized automatically to fit within the red dashed line on the artboard. If you're familiar at all with Design Space, you'll know that that starts off with just a massive canvas, and you do all your work on the pieces and then you make your mats. And that's why when I'm creating SVGs, doesn't matter how big they are for Design Space, but it does matter here. But it's super easy to fix that, because all you're going to do is you're going to select everything, and you're going to go to your, let me just, obviously I'm not a skilled user. Yeah, you go to your edit menu, and you can see there it tells you how wide and how high the SVG is at the moment, and maintain aspect ratio is ticked, which you absolutely want. You don't want to take that off. So if you've bought this and you're a scan and cut machine, you need to open the PDF of instructions now, and you need to, I'll just move it so we can see it all, you need to look at this paragraph here which says taking the SVGs into Design Space. Move it over so we can see it. Your SVG should come into Design Space at the following sizes, and these sizes here are the flat size of the whole SVG before you start ungrouping it or anything. So vase number 1 should be 31.1 centimeters wide. So if we go back to Canvas Workspace, it's in millimeters here. So 31.1 obviously is 311 millimeters. So all I'm going to do is into that width box there, I'm going to type in 311, if it'll let me. 300, why won't it? Oh, number lock's gone off my keyboard, sorry. 311, and then I'm going to tab across to height, and it sets the height automatically. So now we know that the SVG is the right size, and you can see that it is going out of that limitation there, out of that red border we've got. Okay. So now we're going to click on, if we go to the layers panel, you can see that we've got two sets of scores and we've got two cut pieces, obviously. So if we click on that first line there, then you go to your line menu and you decide what you want your cut to be. I don't have a scan and cut, but as I understand it, score lines are made from lots of tiny cuts. And I think you decide how big you want your cuts to be by picking something from this menu here. I'm sorry if that sounds ignorant, but that's the only thing I understand about it. That is the base piece. So I've made my cut or score or perforation, whatever you call it, as I want it. Now I'm going to click on the score lines which are on the side piece, the wall piece, and I'm going to choose the same cut pattern. And I don't know if you would do this, but I'm just going to group these. Is that group down there? Yeah, just so that they can't move. Right. So obviously you need 6 of these. It's a 6-sided vase. You need 6 walls. Where's duplicate? Is it there? Yes. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if this were Design Space now, you just click make it and Design Space would make your mats for you. But this doesn't do that, does it? So you could. So you can't quite fit one on there. And certainly on Design Space, when you make this from A4, it will cut on A4 and create quite a big box because it's 6-sided. Let me just see. Yeah, you would do the same here. So your base goes on one A4 and then you can get 2 walls on another A4. So that one there, I'm going to temporarily delete all the walls and we go to File, Export to create your FCM file for your machine. Or you would transfer it via the internet if you want to do, or if you're using a scan and cut with a cable, I think you use that one, transfer SVM. Yeah, FCM. I think there are also machines now that can just use SVGs, and I wish I understood more about those. I've joined a brother group to see if I can learn from some of the ladies in there, so that I can answer more questions from scan and cut customers, really. So, but I would just use that because all I'm going to do is send it to my folder on my PC, and I would call that base. Save. Now I'm going to undo getting rid of those walls, and I've done with the base, so I don't need that. And then pop that there. Yeah. And then we rotate. How do I rotate? There. So I'm going to put one up there, and then one there. How do you get show ruler? There we are. Yeah. Is there even a way to choose to see A4 paper? No. Can you drag guides? No. What about that one? I bet there's some scan and cut users out there screaming at me. Not to worry. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll be able to see an A4 sheet of paper on Design Space, and I can't here. So I wonder how you do that. If anybody's watching this and you can tell me how you know where your A4 area is on your mat, that would be really lovely if you could tell me in one of the comments, and then I'll know from then on, because I don't know how to do that. But I'm just looking at those and I'm guessing that like that, they will cut from an A4. I think they will. So I'm going to get rid of that again, and I'm going to go File, Export, same way as I did before, and I'm going to go walls times 2. And obviously you don't need to do that again now, because you would just cut 3 of that mat and the base, and that would be your vase number 1, the shorter vase. So that's how you do that. So what I'm going to do is, just to drive it home, I'm going to bring in vase number 2 now. And again, we get this message that it's been resized to fit within the red dash line. So you just go back to your PDF. You check here to see that it should be 30.6 centimeters, so 306 millimeters wide. Come back here, select everything, type in 306 and tab over, or hit return, or however you do it. And it's made it the correct size. It's the right width, and now it's the right height, because maintain aspect ratio was ticked. It does the height automatically. Right, so again, I'm just going to go to my layers panel. I'm going to click on those, and I'm going to choose, if this is even what you do, I welcome any advice. I'm going to choose my line from that menu there, and then I'm going to group them just as I did before. I don't even, no, that's duplicate, you fool. I'm gonna group them. There we are. Okay. So you could get, no, you can't. Still can't get one of those on a 12 by 12. And the beauty of this vase, I think, is that it cuts from A4 or letter. So again, I would just delete that. File, export, export FCM, base, vase 2 we'll call it, and then it'll let me do it without any fuss. Press undo to bring that vase back that I deleted. Get rid of that because we've dealt with it. And these long ones, you definitely can only get one of them on a letter or an A4. If you were using 12 by 12, obviously, I think you might even get three, would you? What do you think? If I copy and paste that and then rotate it. No, I don't think so. You'd definitely get two on a 12 by 12, wouldn't you? But I don't think you would. No way. No way would you get. So ignore that. Send it like that for letter. Have it like that for 12 by 12. So again, file, oops, file, export, export FCM file, and I would call this a walls times 2 bars 2. And then those files are all ready for you to take over to your machine. I hope that helps. I think the main issue with the customer I've made this file for really is that perhaps the files were coming in at the wrong size and she wasn't sure how to change that. I've got several videos on YouTube actually talking about that very thing. There's one with the chocolate explosion box and one with the bouquet vase, I think, that both talk about how to deal with SVG files, which on the DS are a massive canvas file, and so they come on here smaller. But as you can see, it's dead easy to do as long as you know, as long as you've got that information about how big the SVG should be when it drops on your canvas. Okay, I hope that helps. Any and all advice and comments welcome below if people can answer some of the things that clearly I don't know about in this video. Thanks a lot. Bye.